Good afternoon, Asia. Good morning, Europe. Thanks very much, Hani, to be with us this morning. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. The first question I want to bring you is how important is lowering break-even point in the procurement agenda today?
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, EIBM team, for arranging this conference digitally this year. And also, I wish happy 30 year for EIBM. As you know, Bernard, procurement role to support the organization to achieve the vision and goals. And no doubt, a major goal of any organization post of Corona is to reduce the waste and reduce the operational cost. And as you know, during this Corona crisis, the result of the year of the investment showed, but not always good. And I think this is the good time to review the investment, to remove all this waste and where possible. I think also procurement is in the best position to help to reduce the break-even point by engaging early in the budgeting cycle to reshape the demand. As you know, the CBO today, one of the priorities of any CBO today, to contribute in organization growth and to have the right budget to lower the running costs. And this is very important to be in the early engagement of the budgeting cycle to achieve this.
Thank you very much, Annie. You mentioned insisting on this early engagement in the budgeting process. Can you describe a bit how it works and what you have been doing on this point?
Sure. As you know, usually to setting the budget, it's happened between the finance and business units, with the procurement getting involved in the later stage. The early engagement means procurement is embedded in the process when the business unit start assigning their needs in the coming year. This will allow the better planning and maximize the return for the company. And also based on my experience in STC, this can be happen in the 4th stage, starting from the data collection up to the creating the sourcing initiative. Firstly, this engagement with all our stakeholders in each business unit and monitoring their changing needs over the years. Secondly, design the requirement and shaping the scope. This will help business unit to build the initial budget for the year. After that, number 3, we can enhance this requirement by looking at the re-specification, looking to the demand management, looking to cost reduction also. This will create the right fit budget, which meet the sector needs and the organization operational cost target. Lastly, procurement can start execution, the sourcing initiative. This is the 4th stage based on what we implement in STC. The late procurement involvement, this will lead to additional load on the sourcing process and unnecessary activity.
Thank you, Annie. What have been the results in STC? What have been the results of this early engagement in the budgeting process, concretely?
The early engagement involvement in the planning process will deliver a lot of benefit for the company, and everyone will benefit from this. If we start with the business unit, they will build the right fit budget, as I mentioned. They will get view in the supply market analysis. Also, they will get the update list price, showing the TCO impact on the capex. They can decide to choose between build versus buy option. And this really will help the business unit to rationalize the project protocol. For procurement, if you take it from the procurement perspective, this will help to identify better sourcing alternative with synergy across the project. This will help also to bundling the project as a mega deal or mega negotiation. Also to optimize the awarding time frame. As a result, it will help the company in large to achieve the saving, to improve the bottom line, and looking to contribute in the other area beyond the cost. Really, we have to remember here, procurement has a full view to all the spend in the organization. So we can, as a procurement, help align all the requirements with other area in the organization.
Hani, could you say about this early engagement in the budgeting process and all the positive aspects is specific to the telecom business, or you say that this idea of early engagement for lowering the break evens can be also implemented in any other sector, in any other sector?
The telecom industry, as you know, it's very fast changing. So the early engagement is even more important for procurement. To have a heads up of the changes in the technology and integrate the scope into the sourcing strategy. But this approach will benefit all industry. Early procurement involvement in budgeting cycle allow better planning and maximize the return. Also, the procurement can lower the break-even point through the budgeting cycle by sitting with insight in the two things, unit price and demand management. In the unit price, they can bring it against the historical price. Also, for the demand management, they can check it against the correlated project and demand assumption.
Okay, Hani, so we in STC and telecom is in a very dynamic market, a very changing market. How it impact this idea of lowering the break-even points? I know you have to. You're in these words where we're reducing the cost. What can you say concerning these ideas of your sectors, break-even points, and this early engagement?
As I mentioned earlier, really, this early engagement, will be improve the alignment and the collaboration between all the sectors and the procurement. Also, this will allow procurement to work in the sourcing strategy early and to build also the holistic strategy for procurement. This also will be allows us to early engagement with our partner, which can also help to reduce the cost and build a strong relationship with our partner.
When you speak about partner, you speak about internal partner and external partners, meaning that these early engagements and looking for lowering break-even points has been changing this relation. Besides this idea of costing, how it has been changing this relation with your internal partner and your external partner.
I agree with you. Yes, internal partner as a stakeholder in business unit. Will have more collaboration, more engagement together, more understanding to the scope, and help them. And for the external partner, our partner really, it will be easy for them to understand what our requirement, and this will help us to reduce the cost and have better outcome. And one of the latest survey from our partner, they appreciate our transparency. And I think if we start early with them, this will also increase the transparency between organization and partner.
When you speak about these transparencies, when you were used to buy with one type of suppliers, and based on the idea of break-even points, lowering the break-even point, you say, well, we have to switch to rent or perhaps to make. Do you take this decision in relation with these external partners? How do you communicate this change in your strategy based on this willingness to lower this break-even point?
Yes, our strategy, this is very important. The beginning of the year, when we have the budget and we have the project, we will have this full transparency for the expected scope with our partner. Because if we built our long relationship with our partner, they know what they will coming in the pipeline. They will give us better outcome. They will give us more ideas to have the innovation. As you know, a lot of the innovation came from our partner by this collaboration with our partner.
Yeah, just to be clear with all of the people who are looking at you, when you speak about investments, you have heavy CapEx infrastructures, you have also technologies, you have all the elements. So can you apply all these strategies to all type of categories you're buying, or you say that it's maybe easier to lower this break-even point on some elements for some categories, such as capex, or perhaps for new investments with some startups?
Yes, we have the capex project also, and we have the opex project. Mainly, this will help a lot also in the opex project for the managed service. We have long project with our partner this will reduce the managed service cost, will reduce the opex cost, and will have direct impact to the bottom line. And this will help the company to break even the point.
Okay, thank you very much, Hani. Just one final question. Do you have any recommendation for your peers for 2021, this post-COVID year? What do you advise? What are your advice when we speak about break-even points and lowering the break-even point?
Really, we have learned a lot over the last year. But there is three things I would like to recommendation for the organization. First thing, we have agile procurement. Really, it's agile procurement is not an option today. We need to build the function can deliver in the days and also can adapt to be delivered in the hours also. The second point, as a part of the agile, we need to build the local supply chain where possible to improve the sustainability index and become more resilient. And this localization, it will help to build in country value. Also, it will increase the GDP. And last recommendation also to build the strong relationship, as you mentioned, with external partner, internal partner. We need to understand our stakeholder, our internal partner needs and challenges to can help them in the future. And all this 3 points cannot be happen if we don't have the right talent. So we need to ensure to have the right mix in our team to deliver the agile procurement and meet financial and digital goal for any organization.